In today's video, we're gonna take a look at a selection of Blender sculpting add-ons that many users have found useful over the years. While sculpting in Blender might not get as much third-party development attention, as other areas like modeling or animation, these tools offer practical ways to work more efficiently when it comes to sculpting. But before we continue, I want to let you guys know that the Blender market is going over a huge winter sale right now, with 25% off thousands of products from add-ons, modifier setups, courses, and more. And by the way, if you don't know where to start, I have in the description of this video a list of some of the best Blender add-ons out there. Without further ado, let's jump right in. We're gonna start with Speed Sculpt, which is a great add-on by the way, designed to integrate a range of mesh editing operations directly within the sculpt mode. You see, it supports two different modes, Remesh for generating quad-based meshes and DynTopo for triangle-based detailed work. So you can select the approach that fits you best in addition to your project's needs. And the good thing is that it is flexible. You can rapidly create a base character using primitives, curves, and even the skin modifier, which serves as a solid foundation for your sculpts. And one of its key functions is dynamic topology management. With Speed Sculpt, you can perform operations like boolean, cuts, and remeshing directly within sculpt mode. Although some operations may require briefly exiting sculpt mode, and the changes are applied instantly, giving you real-time visual feedback. In addition, the add-on includes tools for curve cutting and masking, allowing you to define specific areas for detailed work to protect parts of your model during editing. And the add-on goes further by offering a set of tools for mesh optimization. For example, you can use the Remesh modifier to create clean hard surfaces, which are ideal for both further sculpting and 3D printing. And the Decimate function helps reduce mesh complexity while preserving essential details. Another thing is that Speed Sculpt even features a GeoMesh tool that lets you quickly see the final version of your sculpt with a shortcut. And this eliminates the need to combine meshes manually. You also have the ability to create a basic skeleton structure, and you can do that with bones for rapid character setup, as well as cutter tools that let you create trim objects with custom profiles. Another add-on that you might find interesting is called Sculpt+Paint Wheel, which is a wheel menu interface that brings important tools to your workflow. So you can turn it on using a hotkey, and the wheel will appear alongside your cursor as your active mode, sculpt mode, texture paint, or weight paint, which is a good way of having some handy tools without covering your screen. Generally, the interface is separated into different concentrated rigs. There is a sculpting brush ring, one that shows paint tools, and another region which is a gesture pad utilized for controlling brush size and pressure. And the layout opens access to lots of functions without needing to dig through Blender's native panels. You may also define which brushes show up and how they order themselves so that the interface can be tailored to each project's specific requirements. By the way, there are some minor compatibility issues on a couple of Mac systems that are relatively new, but under Windows and Linux, things tend to work just well, in terms of performance. The interface is created so that most frequently used options are placed within one on-screen device, and you can subsequently modify technical properties in a fast manner, including brush settings, without breaking the flow of your work. Another interesting add-on is called JSculpt Tools, which basically has a goal of simplifying many operations in Blender sculpt mode. One of its features is to be able to add primitives like spheres, cubes, or toruses with the convenient control click on the surface of your object. The new model will auto-snatch the surface of your sculpt, which is an added bonus feature. And if you are sculpting something symmetrical, you're able to click a mirror axis in the panel, and the mirror modifier is applied instantaneously. As you can see, this eliminates the task of having to manually create a symmetry, and this is considered a time saver. Another feature is mask extraction. In this process, you apply a mask over your model and then extract the region as a new mesh. And the add-on provides options to adjust parameters like thickness and offset, so you will have precise control over the resulting geometry. And once the area is extracted, you can remesh it using voxel remeshing, which helps you smooth out the new mesh while preserving important details. This level of control is ideal for isolating specific regions, say when you need to detail only the ears or horns of the character. It also contains a retopology tool that lets you start retopology for your sculpts with one click. And I say start because this is only a shortcut for the initial steps, like adding a plane and shrink wrapping it. All you have to do is select your sculpt as the target and press the Add Retopo Mesh button. The new plane is then added to the scene and snapped to your sculpt. You can redefine where you add your mesh by choosing either the cursor or the origin. Additionally, you can select the mesh type, either vertex or plane, and even add a mirror modifier during creation. Still with interesting sculpting add-ons, we have Sculpt Layers, which is a non-destructive tool for refining your sculpting work with the capability to sculpt multiple layers. This add-on functions similar to layers when doing digital sculpting, meaning you will have the ability to create various layers for the overall shape, smaller details, or even textures. Within, you will find the opacity setting, an influence setting, and an order setting, which makes it possible to add some fine details in one layer and hide, copy, or delete the layer later without destroying the base mesh. For example, you can experiment with various surface textures or some small distortions on a particular layer and then combine or reject those changes later on. And this allows you to keep the original geometry while at the same time providing you with a way of exploring other options. In addition, Sculpt Layer is able to import layers from other sculpting software such as ZBrush, which is really interesting. And for me, this is one of the best features as it makes easy switching between projects when working on different platforms and different software. Another interesting add-on for sculpting is called the Quick Brush Selector, which is all about saving brush switches. You see, during a long sculpting session, spending time in navigating through extensive menus searching for the ideal brush is kind of a problem. And the add-on has a clean and well-organized interface where you can instantly preview and access your brushes, which sounds interesting. You can actually personalize hotkeys, brush arrangement in a workflow convenient order, and add a tool set for each sculpting workflow. In addition to the ability to relocate the display layout and have everything within the reach in the form of a pie menu, the simplified interface reduces clicks on non-essential actions so you can keep your focus where it belongs. And by the way, with the multi-brush type work, Quick Brush Selector will probably be useful if you need to create and have quick switching between custom setups. From the same developer, we have another add-on called Fast Sculpt and Paint Assistant, which is an add-on that consolidates sculpting and painting tools into a single panel, reducing the need to navigate multiple menus, which I think is a good thing. It provides quick access to key sculpt and paint settings, making operations more efficient, especially for pen tablet users who prefer to keep their hands on the stylus rather than switching between keyboard shortcuts, which obviously makes sense. In sculpt mode, the add-on allows instant adjustments to brush radius, strength, and smoothness, along with options for accessing brush textures, stroke settings, fall-off, symmetry, and remeshing. Masking tools are also included, letting you grow, shrink, smooth, or invert masks with a single movement, which is really efficient, I would say. The menu is structured to keep all these operations within reach, which of course is gonna minimize the workflow interruptions. The assistant is not limited to sculpting. It also extends to texture paint, vertex paint, weight paint, and even sculpting curves, and each mode has its own tailored menu, providing quick access to relevant tools like paint masks, blending modes, and selection controls. In addition, it includes quick toggles for visibility, matte caps, wireframes, and object isolation, helping you to keep things in the viewport clear and manageable. And there you have it, guys. If you are interested in these add-ons, you will find all the necessary links in the description. I hope you guys found this video useful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.